And we're good to go. Yep, that's correct. Though this office hours is also viewed later because a lot of people can't make the time. Yeah, sharing the screen was a little too much. We'll see. There he is. Hey. All good? Yes. Yes. You might want to reload the workspace and also just make sure that you're not using the nightly version, but the current release version. Yeah, meanwhile, uh, while Jerry's troubleshooting, just to go over some of the big topic items, what Jerry was just showing was a Dendron sidebar. And so this is like, Dendron has a bunch of components. Sometimes people have trouble finding them or even knowing that they exist. So we've consolidated all of that into its own tree view container, which you can see with the Dendron logo on the side. And we consolidated the existing views, kind of like the calendar view and the tree view. And we also added some new views, like a graph view, help and feedback, and also a tip of the day for some of the more new features that you might not know about. Jerry, I'll pass it back to you. Yes. Yep. Yeah, and to elaborate, right now we just support one custom theme just for the sake of starting out simple. If we find that people want to like swap between themes and whatnot, then it's something we'll look into. The way that would get implemented is like if somebody submits a feature request and then lots of our community members say that they have a need for that. But right now it is just the custom CSS. Yep. Yeah, so I guess while people are digesting the news, and some other things also to call out. So one is that we now support a local Dendron rc.yaml. So this is something that you can either add at the root of your workspace or in your home directory. And that is a YAML file that it has the same syntax as Dendron.yaml, and Dendron will look for it and use it to either overwrite the settings you have in Dendron.yaml or extend it. So this has actually been the topic of the greenhouse that I gave last Friday. The recording and notes will be available later this week. The main reason you might want to use a local Dendron rc.yaml is, for example, if you're working on it in a team and your team has a set of vaults, but you also have your own private vaults, and you might want to use them all together in the same VS Code workspace, you can now do that without modifying the team Dendron.yaml. I also have an example of using this mechanism to, when you're publishing, being able to publish select text from a vault that is private. That's a little more involved, but yeah, instructions and videos of that will be coming later this week. I'll stop right there in case anyone has any thoughts or comments. Yeah, so in terms of printing the preview, we currently don't support that. What we advise is you use something called Pandoc, which is a universal. It's a program that can universally convert between any formats. So you can take Markdown, convert it into PDF or HTML or whatever you want. I think right now, so in the works, we'll be publishing a guide on how to do that since it comes up a lot. And we are also working on having a built-in export to PDF, but right now that is not natively supported. Yeah, so one more thing. This is kind of both. Oh, sorry, was there a question? Going once, going twice. Okay, the other thing I was going to mention is something we shipped at the beginning of this week, and that we'll be expanding on in the subsequent weeks is Handlebar templates. So people are really excited about using templates. And right now, using templates is a bit hard to do. You either create a schema or you use insert note, and then you don't get the front matter, and there's all sorts of limitations. So Handlebars, it's actually a fully fledged templating language. What's cool about Handlebars is that you can, for example, add conditionals. You can write your own helpers. There's a whole bunch of things you can do in Handlebars, and all of this is strictly in the realm of templating, so there's never any code execution. So this week what we've announced is you can enable Handlebars as the templating mode to get Handlebars in your workspace. And we'll be also releasing some built-in helpers in the subsequent weeks. So for example, what you can do is you can check, if the date of the current file name is Monday, then you add your Monday tasks. Something that comes up a lot is, I have routines, I have a template. How do I make sure that for each day of the week, I have something different in, for example, my daily journal? Well, This is one of the ways in which we are planning on supporting that. It also opens you up to customizing in various other forms. For example, if you're having a one-on-one with someone, if this note ends with the name of John, then like pull in John's like daily journals or like other documents. Essentially, it's a pretty wide and open canvas, and I'm personally pretty excited about it. So that is coming. That is going to be rolling out over the next couple of weeks. If anyone has feedback or thoughts or just general thoughts about templates, please let us know in feedback. Yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't be because of the templates. Sorry, Jerry, I'll let you go. Yeah, well, in any case, we appreciate the QA work as always, Guyan, and we'll definitely work on adjusting it. Yeah, what is helpful is, at Dendron, being a software team, and a lot of our community members also being like managers or software devs. We have overlapping use cases, and so like a lot of the things, a lot of the features, a lot of the pain points that you feel are also things that we feel. So it's like we're very motivated to make them work. All right. I think we're getting to the end of time. Anyone have any remarks or questions before we close out for today? All right. Yeah. Thanks, everyone.